Hi, in this video we're going to be talking about the Flyoobe app, and we're going to show you what it could do and show you some of the features, and then you can decide if it's something you want to check out for yourself. So this tool could be used to tweak and debloat Windows, configure all kinds of settings, install additional apps, remove specific Windows apps, create user accounts, and all kinds of things. All right, so we're going to go through some of the main features here, and then you can check it out on your own if it's something you might want to try for yourself. All right, so all you need to do is download the app and extract the zip file, so there's nothing to install. They do have an installable version, but that hasn't been updated in a while. I think they're just going for the portable version just because it's easier to use and stay updated. All right, so you just double click the executable. All right, so the first time you run it, you might get one of those blue Windows boxes saying, are you sure you want to run this? If you trust it, then you just have to click on more info and then run, I believe. So, of course, just like with anything you download from the internet, it's up to you if you want to use it or not. All right, so it's broken down into various sections here. So a lot of these tools they call extensions. You could actually download additional extensions and even create your own if you're into that type of thing. All right, so we're on the home page here, which you could get to by clicking on there. There'll be back buttons as well, and you could actually search it. And if you want to just narrow it down to what you're looking at here. All right, so if you're planning on upgrading from Windows 10 to 11, you could use the upgrade tool here. So if you want to check your version, open the exe folder, the release pages, and once you choose a setting here, then you just click on run, and then it'll actually run that. So if you want to use the old Flyby 11 app, for example, you click on that, and it shows you some ways here. You could download from the Microsoft website, do the media creation tool, Fido script. You could drag and drop your own ISO file here. Then you even have the option down here to enable advanced upgrade mode, which will bypass compatibility and driver checks. All right, so you'll notice as you use the app, it'll keep like an activity log and keep on adding to it as you're going along here. All right, then we have the option to activate Windows 11 25H2. So if we click on details there, you can show the info, check compatibility, and then actually download it. So if we do check compatibility, we'll see what it says, even though this computer is already running 25H2. You can see it continues with the log here. So you can see here it's already installed and your system is already on Windows 11 25H2. And if you want to use the ViVe tool to enable specific features in Windows, you could do that from here as well. You just have to put in the ID, and then you could enable or disable the IDs or see if they're already in use, and then actually go to the release page. So of course, like I said, you'll have to have that ID in order to use this feature. Then we have this Dumputer if you want to remove unwanted apps. You can see we have some of these here. You can check them all, click on remove. And then you'll notice once you're in these tools, they'll have like a list on the left here, which kind of has the same things as the home screen. But we'll get to that in a second here. All right, then we have the code tweaker. So this will enhance privacy settings. So if you want to use the quick settings, for example, here's what it'll do. Things it will disable or enable. System options. Edge options. UI options. Gaming. Privacy settings. And ads. And then once you choose to enable or disable features, just click on apply, and then it'll do it for you. All right, then we have the device prep option here. So if you want to set a computer name, username, and language, you could do that here. This is something you would do after you install Windows. And then down here we have some display options, for example, which will just open that page, system info, open PowerShell, open Notepad, and so on. Personalization options here for your Windows mode, light and dark, app mode, taskbar alignment. Then you can apply the theme. Then you can also do things like choose a background file if you want to add your own custom background, choose the icons and the like. All right, then there's an option to choose your default web browser if you have more than one. Pick it from the list, set as default. And you have your AI experiences. So you need to click on check first, and this shows you what's going on. So if it's not set, that doesn't mean it's disabled. That just means it hasn't been changed from the default. So if you don't want to use the Copilot taskbar button or policy or recall, of course you have to have a recall compatible computer and so on. You just check the ones you don't want to use and turn them off. Right, then we have network settings here. So if you want to switch to Wi-Fi or Ethernet, you can toggle it from here. Account options here. So this is nice. So if you want to make a local account on the computer, you can just put in the name and password here and go through the wizard. I believe if you just click on account, you don't even have to run through a wizard. It'll do it all for you. And if you click on Microsoft account, it will just take you to the Windows settings where you could configure an additional Microsoft account. All right, apps and bloatware. So we saw this page here. Optimize experience settings. So this is similar to what we saw before, so it's just broken down into individual sections here. All right, this is nice too. If you want to install some of the more common apps here, like 7-zip or VLC, you can just click on it here and install it or update it if you already have it installed. All right, Windows updates. You can check for updates right from here. Then you can click on the ones you want and install them. So just another way to get to Windows Update pretty much. And this might show you some stuff that Windows Update would actually show in the additional updates, like for network adapter drivers. It usually doesn't show that in the main Windows Update section, but this kind of puts them in one place there. All right, custom install and repair. So if you want to do a Windows reset, you could do that. Install Rufus. You can see it tells you what you need as you click on each one. So this is an external tool. You'll need a Windows ISO file, and there's a direct download option. Windows Media Creation Tool, even Ventoy, reboot into UEFI, boot menu keys, info. So we just click on Run on this one, for example. It'll just show you the boot menu keys. Then you can back up your installed drivers. So this is nice. So let's say you want to back up all your hardware drivers because you're going to reinstall just in case you need them. Click on Run. I already have this folder here. Click on OK. Say yes to the UAC prompt. All right, so now if we go to that folder, you can see we have all these individual folders with the drivers in them. All right, then we have the extension manager here. All right, so normally, I don't know why this all, there we go, the all wasn't set to all for a second there. All right, so you can run the Titus app. So we did a video on this tool, so we'll put this in the description so you can see how that works, but you could actually run it from here. You can see it's going to open a terminal here as admin. Then you could play with all the Titus tools right from here. You could clear the icon cache from here, create a restore point, change your power plan. So right now it's on balance. Let's say I want to go high performance. Let's go to control panel first to confirm. All right, so we're on balanced. So we'll go to high performance, click on run. And now we're automatically on high performance. All right, then we have some Explorer tweaks here, such as show all file extensions, show hidden files, and the like. There's the Flyby 11, which we saw already. Microsoft Defender maintenance. So if you want to update your signatures, repair, if you want to see the Defender status, let's try that one here. Opens a PowerShell window, shows us the status, so that's nice. So this is kind of cool too. We're probably going to do a separate video on this app here. So you could put in the apps and have it install here, or if you just click on, open the website and click on Run, it'll show you what you could do from here, and then you could install all these apps from there. All right, then we have post-install essentials. So if you want to open Windows features, let's say you want to add something else, it'll open that tool right for you there, plus all these other options. All right, then some post setup cleanup. If you want to run the disk cleanup, remove the windows.old folder, clear out the update cache and the like. Power actions here. So if you want to restart Explorer or shut down or restart the computer, you can do it right from here. And if you want to restore all the built-in apps, you can do that here as well. Uninstall OneDrive. Here's ViVe Tool again. We already saw this. This is kind of nice too if you want to change something with Windows updates. So right now let's click on Show Info and click on Run. So this just shows info about the tool. But you could also do things like pause updates, disable automatic updates, show the status, and revert to the defaults. All right, then we have Winget. So this is like a command line tool you could use to install packages, but you need to put in the IDs, of course, to do that, like with the ViVe tool. All right, so let's try this out. For example here, Notepad+. Click on Run. All right, so you need to click on Yes to the UAC prompt. All right, so now it's installed. Let's check our apps here. And there we go. All right, so that's the home section here, and you have the OOBE section, which will just show you the similar tools, and then the extension section by itself. And then, like I said, while you're here, you could just kind of go through the specific sections here too. Just another way to get to the same information. All right, so as you can see, it's a pretty powerful tool, and there is a lot you could do with it. So I will put a link in the description where you could download Flyoobe, and you could try it out for yourself. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.